Have you ever felt like the world around you is changing faster than you can keep up with? Or maybe you've noticed that the support systems you once relied on, family, friends, even your own energy, don't feel quite as steady as they used to? If so, you're not alone. Life after 60 can be a beautiful chapter, but it also comes with its own set of challenges, and while family is often the first place we turn for support, there are other pillars of strength, some even stronger than family, that can help you navigate this stage of life with confidence, joy, and resilience. That's what we're going to talk about today. In this video, we'll explore 6 essential pillars of support that can make all the difference in how you experience life after 60. These aren't just abstract ideas, they're practical, actionable, and deeply rooted in the kind of wisdom that comes with living a full life. Whether you're looking to strengthen your emotional well-being, build a more vibrant social life, or simply feel more empowered in your day-to-day choices, these pillars are here to guide you. So, let's dive in. The first pillar we're going to talk about is self-compassion. Now I know what you might be thinking, self-compassion, isn't that just a fancy way of saying be nice to yourself? Well, yes and no. Self-compassion is about more than just treating yourself kindly. It's about recognizing that you're human, that you're allowed to make mistakes, and that you deserve the same understanding and patience you so freely give to others. Think about it. How often do you beat yourself up for forgetting a name, or not being as quick on your feet as you used to be? Or maybe you feel guilty for needing help with something that used to come easily. Self-compassion is about letting go of that guilt and replacing it with kindness. It's about saying, I'm doing the best I can, and that's enough. And here's the beautiful thing, when you practice self-compassion, it doesn't just benefit you, it ripples out to everyone around you. You become more patient, more present, and more open to the joys of life. Now, let's move on to the second pillar, community. This one is so important, especially as we get older. You see, as much as we love our families, they can't always be our sole source of connection and support, and that's okay, because there's a whole world of community out there waiting for you. Whether it's joining a local club, volunteering for a cause you care about, or simply striking up a conversation with a neighbor, building connections outside your family can be incredibly enriching. Let me give you an example. A friend of mine, Mary, lost her husband a few years ago. At first she leaned heavily on her children for support, but over time she realized she needed more. So, she joined a book club at her local library. At first she was nervous, she hadn't been part of a group like that in years. But you know what? It turned out to be one of the best decisions she ever made. Not only did she make new friends, but she also discovered a renewed sense of purpose and belonging. That's the power of community. It reminds us that we're not alone, that there are people who share our interests, our struggles, and our joys. And that brings us to the third pillar, lifelong learning. Now I know what you might be thinking, learning. At my age, absolutely. In fact, learning new things is one of the best ways to keep your mind sharp, your spirit curious, and your life full of excitement. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. Maybe it's taking up a new hobby, like painting or gardening, or finally learning how to use that smartphone your grandkids keep telling you about. The key here is to approach learning with a sense of curiosity and playfulness. It's not about being perfect or mastering something overnight. It's about enjoying the process and discovering new aspects of yourself along the way. And here's the thing, when you embrace lifelong learning, you're not just enriching your own life, you're also setting an example for the people around you. You're showing them that growth and discovery don't have an expiration date. So, we've covered self-compassion, community, and lifelong learning, 3 powerful pillars that can help you build a stronger, more fulfilling life after 60, but we're just getting started. In the next part, we'll explore 3 more pillars that are just as essential, if not more so. These are the kinds of supports that can truly transform how you experience this stage of life, helping you feel more grounded, more connected, and more alive than ever before. For now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever practiced self-compassion, or found a sense of community in an unexpected place? Maybe you've taken up a new hobby later in life, and discovered a passion you never knew you had. Share your experiences in the comments below, I can't wait to read them. Remember, life after 60 isn't about slowing down, it's about stepping into a new kind of strength, one that's rooted in wisdom, connection, and a deep appreciation for the journey. So, let's keep going, shall we? Now that we've talked about self-compassion, community, and lifelong learning, let's move on to the next three pillars of support that can make life after 60 not just manageable, but truly vibrant and fulfilling. These are the kinds of supports that often go overlooked, but once you start incorporating them into your life, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. The fourth pillar is purpose. Now, I know that word can feel a little heavy, like it's something you're supposed to have figured out by now. But here's the thing. Purpose doesn't have to be some grand life-altering mission. It can be as simple as finding meaning in the small everyday moments. Maybe it's tending to your garden and watching something you've nurtured grow and thrive. Or perhaps it's sharing stories with your grandchildren, passing down the wisdom and experiences that only you can offer. Purpose is about feeling like you matter, like your presence in the world makes a difference. And the beautiful thing is, it's never too late to discover or redefine your purpose. Take my neighbor Tom, for example. After he retired, he felt a little lost, like he didn't have a clear direction anymore. But then he started volunteering at a local food bank, and suddenly, he found himself feeling more energized and fulfilled than he had in years. It wasn't just about helping others, it was about realizing that he still had so much to give. That's the power of purpose. It reminds us that our lives are meaningful, no matter our age. Next up is the fifth pillar, physical well-being. Now, I know this one might sound a bit obvious, but hear me out. Physical well-being isn't just about staying healthy, it's about feeling good in your body and honoring it as the incredible vessel that's carried you through life. And the best part? You don't have to run a marathon or lift heavy weights to take care of yourself. It's about finding small, sustainable ways to stay active and nourished. Maybe it's taking a daily walk around your neighborhood, or trying a gentle yoga class. Maybe it's cooking yourself a nutritious meal, or making sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. The key is to listen to your body and give it what it needs. And don't forget to celebrate what your body can do, rather than focusing on what it can't. Every step, every stretch, every breath is a reminder that you're alive and capable of so much more than you might realize. And finally, let's talk about the sixth pillar, emotional resilience. This one is especially important, because let's face it, life after 60 isn't always easy. There are losses, changes, and challenges that can feel overwhelming at times. But emotional resilience is what helps us bounce back, to find light even in the darkest moments. Building emotional resilience starts with acknowledging your feelings rather than pushing them away. It's okay to feel sad, frustrated, or even scared sometimes. What matters is how you respond to those feelings. Maybe it's through journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or simply giving yourself permission to rest and recharge. Emotional resilience is also about finding joy in the little things. A beautiful sunset, a good book, a phone call with someone you love. These small moments of happiness can be powerful anchors, helping you stay grounded even when life feels uncertain. So, there you have it. Purpose, physical well-being, and emotional resilience. These three pillars, along with the ones we discussed earlier, form a foundation of support that's stronger than family. Not because family isn't important, of course it is, but because these pillars are about building a relationship with yourself and the world around you that's independent of anyone else. They're about creating a life that feels rich, meaningful, and uniquely yours. In the next part, we'll bring everything together and talk about how you can start incorporating these pillars into your daily life. We'll also explore how they work together to create a sense of balance and fulfillment that can carry you through this chapter with grace and joy. But before we get there, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these pillars resonates with you the most? Have you found ways to cultivate purpose, physical well-being, or emotional resilience in your own life? Share your thoughts about it, and connect with beautiful people. We've covered a lot of ground so far: self-compassion, community, lifelong learning, purpose, physical well-being, and emotional resilience. These 6 pillars are more than just ideas. They're tools you can use to build a life that feels rich, meaningful, and full of joy, no matter what challenges come your way. But now, Let's talk about how you can bring these pillars together and make them a natural part of your daily life. Think of these pillars as ingredients in a recipe. On their own, each one is valuable, but when you combine them, they create something truly special. For example, let's say you decide to join a local walking group. Not only are you taking care of your physical well-being, but you're also building community and maybe even discovering a new sense of purpose as you connect with others. Or perhaps you start a daily journaling practice. This simple habit can help you cultivate self-compassion, boost your emotional resilience, and even spark a sense of lifelong learning as you reflect on your experiences and insights. The key is to start small and focus on what feels right for you. Maybe you begin by setting aside 10 minutes each morning to meditate or stretch, allowing yourself to start the day with a sense of calm and self-compassion. Or perhaps you reach out to an old friend and suggest meeting for coffee, rekindling a connection that brings joy and support into your life. Remember, it's not about doing everything at once, it's about taking one step at a time and celebrating the progress you make along the way. And don't be afraid to get creative. Life after 60 is the perfect time to explore new possibilities and reinvent yourself in ways you might not have imagined before. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to paint, or write a memoir, or even start a small business. These pursuits can bring together multiple pillars: lifelong learning, purpose, and community, while also giving you a sense of accomplishment and pride. One of the most beautiful things about these pillars is that they're interconnected. When you strengthen one, you naturally strengthen the others. For instance, when you take care of your physical well-being, you're also boosting your emotional resilience and creating opportunities to connect with others. And when you cultivate self-compassion, you're more likely to pursue lifelong learning and embrace new challenges with curiosity and confidence. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought: life after 60 isn't about slowing down or stepping back. It's about stepping into a new chapter, one that's filled with possibility, growth, and connection. These 6 pillars are here to support you, to remind you that you're capable of more than you might realize, and to help you create a life that feels vibrant and fulfilling. So, take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. Which pillar resonates with you the most? What's one small step you can take today to start building that support into your life? Whether it's reaching out to a friend, trying a new hobby, or simply giving yourself permission to rest and recharge, every step counts. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. There's a whole community of people out there, just like you, who are navigating this stage of life with courage and curiosity. Share your thoughts, your experiences, and your questions in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can learn from and support one another. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's one thing you're excited to try or explore after watching this? Let's keep the conversation going and support each other on this journey. And if you found this helpful, consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel for more tips and inspiration to help you thrive after 60. Remember, this chapter of your life is yours to shape. It's never too late to try something new, to connect with others, or to simply take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. You've already shown so much strength and wisdom just by being here today. So keep going, keep growing, and keep embracing all the possibilities ahead. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take good care of yourself, and don't forget, the best is yet to come.